the female cycle step by step. Hi my friends, today we will make the female cycle simple step by step. Many people feel confused because they hear words like follicular phase, luteal phase, ovulation, estrogen, progesterone, and it sounds complicated. But your cycle is actually a very logical monthly plan. When you understand the steps, you can track smarter, worry less, and ask better questions. I am Dr. Handan, obstetric gynecology and fertility specialist. In the school lesson, I'll guide you calmly, step by step. And at the end, I'll give you one small action step you can do after this lesson. Let's start with the big picture. Your cycle is teamwork between three parts: your brain, your ovaries, and your uterus. The brain sends hormone signals. The ovaries grow an egg and make hormones. And the uterus responds by building a lining, then shedding it if pregnancy does not happen. Now, many people think the cycle is simply the period. But the period is only one part. A full cycle is counted from the first day of bleeding to the day before the next bleeding. The first day of full menstrual flow is called cycle day 1. Step 1. The period. During the period, the uterine lining sheds. This happens because the hormone progesterone becomes low at the end of the previous cycle. So the body says, no pregnancy this month, let's restart. Step 2. Follicule. Follicule start growing. After the period begins, the brain releases FSH. FSH means follicle stimulating hormone. This hormone tells the ovaries to wake up and start growing follicles. A follicle is a small fluid-filled sac that contains an egg. In one cycle, several follicles may start growing, but usually only one follicle becomes the lead follicle. Step 3. The lead follicle. One follicle becomes the leader. This follicle grows bigger and produces more estrogen. Estrogen has two very important jobs. First, it helps the egg mature. Second, it helps the uterine lining build again after the period. So you can think the estrogen as a growth hormone for this part of the cycle. This part of the cycle is called the follicular phase. It starts on cycle day 1 and ends with ovulation. And here's a key point. The follicular phase can change in length from month to month. That is one reason cycle length can vary, especially if cycles are long or irregular. Step 4. Ovulation. Now we come to ovulation. When estrogen rises high enough, the brain releases a strong LH surge. LH means luteinizing hormone. LH triggers ovulation. Ovulation means the egg is released from the ovary. The egg is then picked up by the fallopian tube. Timing matters here. The egg usually lives about 12 to 24 hours after ovulation. Sperm can live up to 3 to 5 days in fertile reproductive fluid. That is why the fertile window is about 5 to 6 days. The 5 days before ovulation plus the ovulation day. And that is why pregnancy can happen from sex before ovulation, not only on ovulation day. Step 5. The luteal phase. Now we move to the luteal phase. This is the phase after ovulation. After the egg is released, the empty follicle becomes something called the corpus luteum. The corpus luteum produces progesterone. Progesterone is a stability hormone. It helps the uterine lining become thick and stable, ready for implantation. Progesterone also usually rises basal body temperature slightly. And this is why basal body temperature tracking can confirm ovulation after it happens. Here's another key point. Ovulation predictor kits predicts ovulation is coming, but Basal body temperature usually confirms ovulation already happened, and cervical mucus often becomes more watery or egg white near ovulation. So each tracking method gives different information. Step 6. Pregnancy or next period. Now we reach the final step. Pregnancy or the next period. If fertilization and implantation happen, the body produces egg, and progesterone continues to be supported. The uterine lining stays and the pregnancy continues. But if the pregnancy does not happen, the corpus luteum stops working, and after about 2 weeks, progesterone falls, the lining sheds, and that becomes your next period. Then the cycle restarts. What is normal? Now let's talk about what is normal, because this is a very common worry. Many healthy cycles are between about 21 and 35 days, but normal can be different for different people. The more important question is this: are your cycle predictable for you? And are you ovulating regularly? The luteal phase is often around 12 to 14 days, but it can vary. When should you seek help? If cycles are often longer than 35 to 40 days or very unpredictable, it may suggest irregular ovulation. If you have very heavy bleeding, severe pain, bleeding after sex, or no period for 2 or 3 months when you are not pregnant, it is a good idea to seek medical advice. This is not to scare you. It is help you get clarity sooner. Action step. Now let's finish with one step action. This month, pick one method to track. You can choose cervical mucus, ovulation predictor kit, or basal body temperature. Don't try to do everything at once. Keep it simple. Write down cycle day 1. Not any ovulation predictor kit positiveness. If you use ovulation predictor kit, and track your body sign, for example, mucus, pelvic pain, or spotting. After just one cycle of notes, you will understand your pattern much better. Download the worksheet for this lesson and tell me in the comments which part of the cycle confuses you most: ovulation timing, hormones, or spotting and pain. See you in the next video.